Guilty. That's the outcome most drivers expect to hear when they get a citation. But a traffic ticket is not an automatic conviction. You have options and may win in many cases. With the right planning and preparation, you are just as likely to hear the words "citation dismissed" when the judge bangs his gavel. Today, I am going to explain several methods that might put you on the path to traffic court victory. Welcome to the Four Eyes of Law. I am attorney Larry J. Brookins, a California trial attorney with over 25 years of litigation experience in both the state and U.S. federal courts. 10 of those years were with two of the largest government agencies in Los Angeles. As a lawyer, we must give our mandatory disclaimer. This video is for informational purposes only. It's not intended to provide specific legal advice about any specific case or person, or to establish an attorney-client relationship. As always, our first line of advice if you're facing a serious legal matter is to consult with an attorney of your choice. See our full disclaimer in the description. That said, let's talk law. Before we bite down, please pay this video forward by hitting the subscribe button. This helps the channel to continue to provide informational videos to other people who need them. So, let's talk law. Number 1. Officer no-show. This is the simplest route to victory. Courts move fast, and police officers are scheduled for many hearings, often at the same time and at different locations. If the officer who wrote the ticket fails to appear, judges often dismiss the case for lack of prosecution. The clerk will call your name, the judge will ask if the officer is present, and if no one answers, the judge can dismiss. It's not a guarantee. Some judges will reset the date, but dismissals happen frequently. Number 2. Trial by written declaration. Many states allow you to fight or contest a ticket in writing. Instead of going to court in person, you submit a sworn written statement, along with any evidence, photos, diagrams, witness statements, etc. Now, many cops hate writing reports. So, when a person contests the ticket in writing, the officer must file his response in writing. The judge then decides the case based on the papers. If the officer fails to respond in writing, courts can dismiss the case. The advantage of a trial by declaration is that people don't have to miss work, drive to the courthouse, or face the cop eye to eye. Even if you lose on paper, many jurisdictions will give you a second chance if it's requested properly and according to the law. In California, it's called a request for trial de novo, which gives a person a fresh, in-person trial. Some people call it a second bite at the apple. Trial by written declaration can be found in California Vehicle Code, Section 40902. Number 3. Challenge the machine instruments. Radar guns, LiDAR devices, and other instruments are commonly used to establish speed of travel. However, these machines must be validated and require maintenance, calibration, and proper operation. Ask for the calibration logs, maintenance records, and operator training manuals. If the logs or records are missing, outdated, or inconsistent, you can argue the device's reading is unreliable. In court, you can question the officer and ask questions such as, when was the last time the instrument was calibrated? Who performed the calibration? Do you have the maintenance log for that time period? There have been many cases dismissed for lack of calibration logs, missing records, or where scheduled maintenance had not occurred. However, a person needs to know the legal steps and rules for obtaining these documents well before any court hearing. Number 4. Challenge the officer's observation. Technology is not the basis for every traffic citation. Many times, tickets are based on what a police officer says he observed. During a cop's testimony on the witness stand, question and challenge their vantage point, visibility conditions, distance, obstructions, lighting, weather, and potential distractions like radio traffic or other radio calls. Be respectful, but do not be afraid to ask direct questions. such as, how far away were you? What lanes were between you and the vehicles? Was it raining? Were your headlights on? What was your precise vantage point? If you can show that the officer's view was obscured, or that there were intervening vehicles or poor lighting, you may be able to create reasonable doubt. Witness credibility matters. Even small facts, a parked truck, a bus, or trees, can undercut a testimony. You don't need to humiliate anyone. You just need to show reasonable doubt as to whether the charged offense was committed. Number 5. Mistake of fact. Humans make honest mistakes. Signs get covered with branches, lane lines fade, the posted speed limit may be obscured, or a new sign may not have been installed properly. Document the scene with photos the moment you can take them. There may be issues with traffic sign placement or readability. Number 6. Mistake of law. Ambiguous or contradictory traffic signs can make the law unintelligible to a reasonable person. For example, if a posted 45 miles per hour sign is immediately followed by a 55 miles per hour sign with no clear transition, a driver can reasonably be confused. Courts have dismissed citations for poor or contradictory traffic signs. Similarly, outdated local ordinances or those that conflict with state law can be grounds to challenge enforcement. Number 7. The necessity defense. This may be a strong defense if a person breaks a traffic law to avoid greater harm. An example would be if someone swerves into another lane to avoid hitting a child, or as a result of an imminent emergency. The argument is that a person had to violate the law to prevent something much worse from happening. Therefore, the violation was legally justified. However, remember that necessity isn't a license to disobey the law. The defense of necessity is heavily dependent upon the facts of each situation. Judges may weigh whether a person's actions were reasonable considering the harm they were trying to avoid. Before we continue, if this video has been helpful, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button below for the 4 eyes of the law. Then tap the bell so you'll automatically get notified when the next video drops. That way, you won't have to search all over the web when you need legal information. Number 8. Review your citation carefully. Officers sometimes list the wrong license plate numbers, mix up the vehicle make or model, or misstate the date, time, street location, or even the traffic control mechanism. These might seem trivial, but courts sometimes dismiss tickets based on clerical errors that undermine the prosecution's case. One time, a court dismissed an action because the cop stated the driver had run a red light. However, that intersection was controlled by 4 stop signs. Read the citation multiple times to pick up mistakes. If anything is wrong, incorrect plate, wrong model of car, misspelled name, bring it to the court's attention. Number 9. Attend traffic school. In California, eligible drivers can attend traffic school once every 18 months. It's not the same as beating a ticket outright, but it's often a sensible trade-off. Paying a small fee and taking a short course may be worth it to avoid the long-term insurance premium increases. Number 10, and probably the most effective way to beat a ticket, is to hire a traffic attorney. The same as in any other profession. A licensed contractor is usually better than a handy person. An experienced traffic lawyer is often familiar with the local court, judicial temperament, prosecution techniques, police agency procedures, how to file motions, question officers, obtain calibration logs, draft written declarations, and many legal procedures not familiar to a layperson. The bottom line is that they usually know their way around the court system. Skilled counsel can frequently negotiate outcomes far better than most people. Finally, here are a few tips if you decide to go to court. First, practice a brief, clear statement, no more than 2 minutes, that explains your side. Second, prepare in advance a few questions to ask the officer. Don't wait until you're in the courtroom and try to shoot from the hip. Third, have your paperwork organized in a small folder. This includes copies of the citation, driver's license, registration, insurance card, photos, videos, or witness statements. Just keep in mind, written witness statements are often inadmissible, and they'll never carry the same weight as having the actual witness show up in court. If this video was helpful, please hit the red subscribe button below the video and leave a comment about the craziest traffic stop you've seen. Thanks for watching, and check out our next video.